You won't believe what Elon Musk did after a saleswoman laughed in his face. By the time it was over, she was out of a job. But that's not even the twist. Elon Musk wasn't dressed like a billionaire that day. Just jeans, a wrinkled gray t-shirt, and sneakers that had seen better days. He strolled into Le Chain d'Or, the most expensive luxury watch boutique in Beverly Hills, like he had all the time in the world. He didn't. Not because of business. No. Because of what was about to go down. Inside the store, the walls gleamed with polished wood. Gold-trimmed displays sparkled with Rolexes, Audemars Piguets, Patek Philippe's, timepieces that cost more than some people's homes. Behind the counter stood a sharply dressed saleswoman named Celeste. Thin-lipped, manicured, radiating expensive disdain. She didn't look up as he walked in. "Welcome," she muttered, eyes glued to her phone. Then she actually looked at him. And she laughed. Not a giggle. A full-on chest laugh, like someone had just told her the funniest joke on earth. "Sir," she said between chuckles, "this is a luxury boutique. The outlet mall is 2 blocks down." Elon blinked. "I'm here to buy a watch." Celeste smirked and folded her arms. "Are you serious?" He nodded. She turned to her colleague and whispered something that made them both laugh again. Elon just stood there, watching them, unbothered. Quiet. Calm. Like a lion at a dinner party. "Fine," Celeste finally said, walking over to one of the displays. "If you really want to pretend, here's our most expensive piece. Limited edition. Only 10 exist in the world. $280,000. You want to try it on for fun?" He leaned forward, examining the watch. "No," he said. "I want to buy it." Celeste snorted again, but her tone shifted. "We require a credit check before handling that model." Elon didn't say a word. Just pulled a small, unmarked card from his back pocket. Celeste took it, still smiling, and walked to the terminal. Then everything changed. Her face fell. The color drained. The smile evaporated like mist in a furnace. She stared at the screen for 5 seconds. 10! Then she backed away from the terminal, slowly, like it had just shown her a ghost. Elon finally spoke. "Is there a problem?" "No, sir, no problem at all," she stammered. "Would you like champagne? Espresso? Caviar?" The other employees were suddenly scurrying like mice. The manager appeared out of nowhere, full of nervous smiles. But Elon wasn't done. Because the real twist? He hadn't come to buy just one watch. He gestured toward the other displays. "I'll take that one. That one. That one too. And you know what? Let's make it easy. Every single watch in this store." Celeste gasped. "Every single." "Yes," Elon said. "Package them up." There was a beat of silence. A kind of collective heart attack. And then he turned to Celeste and said something that sent her world crashing down. "But not if she rings me up." Elon Musk just asked for every single luxury watch in the store, but refused to let the saleswoman who mocked him ring him up. What he did next left her frozen. But the ending? Oh, it's coming, and you won't believe what he had planned all along. The silence after Elon's words hung heavier than the diamond-studded Rolex in the center display. Celeste's smirk had collapsed into a frozen, pale stare. The room, filled with multi-million-dollar timepieces, had become a courtroom. And she? The defendant. The manager, a short man with a shiny bald spot and trembling fingers, looked from Elon to Celeste like he was caught in the middle of a car crash he couldn't stop. Of course, Mr. Musk. I'll personally handle your purchase," he said quickly, motioning her away. "Celeste, please step aside." Elon held up a hand. "Actually, no. She can stay. I want her to see this." The manager's throat clicked as he swallowed. Celeste tried to maintain composure, but her lips twitched. Her hands trembled. A few moments later, 2 employees were boxing up watches worth over $2 million. The kind of sale a boutique dreams of. Commission? Celeste's commission could have bought her a Tesla. But she wasn't getting a cent. "You'll be paid hourly for today, Celeste," Elon said calmly. "I made sure of that." She blinked. "Sir, I didn't know. I didn't mean." He looked her dead in the eyes. "You judged a customer based on their shoes." Celeste flushed red. "It's policy," she blurted. "We're trained to spot." "To spot what?" Elon cut in. "People who don't look rich enough. Because I walked in without a gold chain or a Versace suit." No response. Just her jaw quivering. Then came the real shock. Elon turned to the manager. "I have a proposal." The manager nodded rapidly. "Anything, sir. Anything. I'd like to buy something else too," Elon said, reaching into his pocket. He pulled out a sleek envelope, the kind that usually came from boardrooms or law firms. He handed it to the manager. Inside, a purchase agreement for the entire boutique. Celeste gasped audibly. "You're buying the store?" the manager whispered. Elon smiled, calmly, but cold. "Effective immediately." The manager looked up, stunned. "We'll need to contact ownership. You're talking to him now." Elon turned toward Celeste and took a single step forward. "I walked in for a watch," he said. "You laughed at me." Then he dropped the bombshell. "But I own this building. I've been negotiating to buy this entire chain for 3 weeks." A tremor ran through Celeste's spine. She staggered back, hand over her mouth. "I just wanted to see how I'd be treated as a nobody," Elon said, voice low even. "And you failed. Elon Musk just bought the entire luxury watch boutique after being laughed at by a saleswoman. But in the final moment, when she thought things couldn't get worse, he said one sentence that changed everything, and the twist? No one saw it coming." Celeste stood like a ghost. The walls of the boutique, once glittering with prestige, now felt like they were closing in on her. Every second ticked like a judgment from the watches she'd once flaunted to impress customers. But now, they were all his. Elon Musk, wearing beat-up sneakers and a t-shirt, owned everything she could see. The cases, the inventory, the marble floors beneath her designer heels, and the job she was about to lose. The store manager stood frozen beside her, still holding the purchase agreement Elon had handed him minutes earlier. His eyes kept darting toward her, silently waiting for the guillotine to fall. "Mr. Musk," he said, nervously clearing his throat, "what would you like us to do about the staff?" Elon didn't speak for a long moment. Then finally, quietly, he asked, "Celeste, do you enjoy working here?" Her lips parted. No words came out. Just the faintest shake of her head. A silent confession. "I didn't mean to disrespect you," she whispered. I mean, you just looked like..." "Like what?" Elon asked. She didn't answer. "Let me tell you something about billionaires, Celeste," Elon said, stepping closer. "The real ones? They don't wear money. They build it." And then, calm as ever, he turned to the manager. "She's fired." There it was. The words landed like a hammer on glass. Final. Sharp. Inescapable. Celeste's knees buckled slightly. "Please, this job. I have rent, I have." But Elon held up a hand. "Save it." He turned away, and then paused. "You know," he said, glancing back, "I wasn't planning to do this. I just wanted a watch. Maybe some peace and quiet." He reached into his jacket and pulled out a sealed envelope. Black, matte, unmarked. He handed it, not to Celeste, but to a young intern behind the counter. A girl with wide eyes and trembling hands, who had stayed quiet the entire time, but had whispered thank you when Elon first walked in. "Inside," Elon said, "is a promotion offer. Regional manager. Starting today." The intern blinked. "And me? But I'm just part-time. I don't even get help." "You do now." And then Elon looked at Celeste one last time. "You didn't lose your job because you were rude. You lost it because you didn't see people. That's fatal in business." Celeste opened her mouth, but nothing came out. And then Elon turned to leave. As he reached the door, he stopped, looked back, and said one last thing that would be quoted in every business magazine the next morning. "Don't ever laugh at the quiet ones. They're usually the ones rewriting the rules." He walked out without a watch on his wrist. But he didn't need one. Because in that moment, everyone knew Elon Musk didn't just own time, he controlled it.